Hey, what up, everybody? Steve Breach coming to you late night here, 10:30, and just want to do a little video running down WWE's Money in the Bank, talking about what happened tonight and where I think things are going forward into the future. I thought overall this was a very, very good show. There was 1 hour of this pay-per-view that I wish didn't make it to TV, or just able to put something else on. 3 matches in a row that I just really honestly didn't connect with and just really didn't like. I didn't watch the pre-show. Honestly, if you don't watch the pre-show, there's the people out there on Twitter that I honestly follow that watch the damn thing. One of them is my buddy Zach, who lives around the corner from me, WWE Punk Fan 19. He doesn't make as many videos as he used to, but he's always on Twitter and he always tweets good shit about the show. And he really put over this match. So everything that I know about this match is honestly from him. At In Zach We Trust. He's got a ton of followers. Most of you already follow him already. But if you don't, go check him out. I am in a spot where I don't think I'm able to watch it. I don't know if you can watch the freaking pre-show on your phone, with it being a live stream and all, but I've never even really tried. The Shield beat the Usos. I heard overall that it was a very good match. A lot of people said that it was on the pre-show because nobody took the Usos for real, as you know, mainly they only use these guys on main event, and you know, if you really think somebody that is superstars quality is going to win the WWE champion or WWE Tag Championships. I just messed up like Randy Orton as the GM of Monday Night Raw in 2002 back in the day. But if you think they're going to win the titles, you got another thing coming. So I think that's basically why they got put on the pre-show. But I heard it was a very good match. I think a lot of people take the Usos for granted. They just don't get a lot of TV time, and that's why they weren't believable. In the first Money in the Bank briefcase match, I made a whole video about this. Damien Sandow got the win. Overall, a very good match. I think everything... I think you've almost seen just about anything that anybody can do in these Money in the Bank ladder matches, but pretty cool. It sort of surprised me. There was a spot in this match when there wasn't a ladder available, and Jack Swagger picked up Antonio Cesaro and was holding him up to go up and grab the briefcase. It was pretty surprising that Swagger would put Cesaro over in this group, because from watching the matches and listening to the commentary, it almost sounded like Swagger was the guy that was getting the rub from this group, that he was like the leader and he was the better athlete of the two, and Cesaro was in it and there's only 2 guys, but he was just sort of like the other guy in the group. Sort of tells you, who's the bitch around here now. But, Swagger and Cesaro really worked together as a team. It was a pretty big surprise that Damien Sandow took out Cody Rhodes in order to get the win. Hopefully Cody Rhodes will get the face push. I think this is almost guaranteeingly going to be a SummerSlam match. Sandow versus Rhodes. I wish Cody Rhodes all the luck moving forward, and hopefully this can push him to another spot in his career. I've became a really big fan of this guy, and it's sort of too bad that his WrestleMania streak ended, because he had big WrestleMania matches 3 years in a row with him in the triad match with Legacy at 26. He faced Rey Mysterio at 27 in a very surprising match that I guess Rey Mysterio actually asked to work him with. And then 28, it wasn't the best match in the world, but he worked with Big Show for the Intercontinental title. I think a lot of those matches were second match of the show as well, now that I'm trying to put it together in my head. But, Swagger and Cesaro are going to be working together as a team. Sandow and Rhodes broke up as a team. Wade Barrett looked really good. Maybe someday he'll get back up to being a championship contender. Dean Ambrose was in this match. The Shield came down, so did the Usos. So Shield versus Usos must be continuing for SummerSlam. I already, sort of put them down as it is, but maybe they can put them on Raw and actually make them look believable, to where they'll be on the big show from there. Well, not the big show, but be on the fucking pay-per-view. You know what I'm talking about. Brad Maddox came out, delivered a promo, basically saying that Vicky Guerrero wasn't going anywhere, because nobody in wrestling ever really gets fired. They don't go anywhere. They just get repositioned. Basically, he tried to run down and make Vicky Guerrero look bad. The fans didn't really want to play along, but in the end, they all really sort of stood up. And then once they tried to almost show appreciation for Vicky, fucking Miz came out and killed it. And Miz versus Kurt Axel. This became the hour of wrestling that nobody cared about. Axel beat Miz. Who gives a shit? AJ beat Caitlyn. This is the match, honestly, that I went in caring about, but it's just a match I just really, honestly, couldn't go into it. They're two hot chicks, but I just don't like Divas Wrestling, I guess. I don't know. Ryback versus Chris Jericho. This is another match. Basically, nobody gave a fuck. I felt bad for Chris Jericho. You can honestly tell that he was doing everything he could do to make people care about this match, but just honestly, nobody cared about this match. They could have put this as a stipulation, or the winner of this match got added into the main event taking the last spot, but they didn't do anything. And Ryback won. He ended his streak of not being able to win on pay-per-views. It didn't really look like we were going to lose Chris Jericho. It looks like he'll probably just be on, Monday Night Raw tomorrow. I guess last year I was sort of looking at this sort of like saying like Ryback would kill him and then he would go out and play Rockstar for a while. But I guess he did work SummerSlam last year. It was the night after SummerSlam. I think he lost his match where he was forced to, I guess you could say, retire or leave Monday Night Raw, whatever the stipulation was. I mean, he came back at the Royal Rumble in January. So maybe we'll get Jericho for one more month here. Then we went to Del Rio versus Ziggler, which to me, a lot of people were surprised, thinking this was almost match of the night. These guys always work well together for me. Del Rio, to me, I think has really found his niche, being the heel champion, and I really like it, and I really get behind him. Some people, not so much. But I think everybody all saw this coming. AJ Lee cost off Ziggler the shot of the title. I think she just wants to be the focus of the group, where she's the champion and Ziggler is on the chase, trying to become the champion, just letting Ziggler know that she'll always be a little bit better than him, but I don't think Ziggler's going to take her shit anymore, and that breakup's coming sooner than later. More than likely, with Big E stepping in, probably treating AJ like she's her. I guess you can say like, he's in charge now, but I guess AJ's really running the show, and maybe we'll get Ziggler versus Big E as a match for SummerSlam. That's my guess. And then Del Rio will fight, I don't fucking know. Somebody out there will step up and say they want a piece of Del Rio. I can't think of a babyface with nothing going on. I don't really think they'll go right to it. Like, people were treating it like it was going to be fucking Randy Orton against John Cena. I can't get to that. That's later on. But, yeah, whatever. That doesn't even make sense now to think about it, because Orton got the WB one. Sando's got the other one. Sando will probably fight Rhodes. I don't know. Now, somebody will take it. Yeah, somebody's going to get this match. Cena versus Henry was honestly a match that I was on the other side of it. Not that many people liked this match, but this is the match that I was really getting into. When I think about this match, I honestly think about the TNA with Kurt Angle and Rampage Jackson. If Rampage Jackson and Kurt Angle were going to have a match, and it would have been that Sunday after they had their first meeting, I would have bought a TNA pay-per-view for more than likely the first time ever. And I would have paid cash money to watch them fight, because I was that into it, and I still think that was the promo of the year. I still think that was the most awesomest thing I've seen in wrestling this whole year, was Kurt and Rampage going face-to-face to see who the man was. And even though they sort of ruined it, I guess, I haven't watched Impact yet, but I guess on Thursday is when Rampage joined Main Event Mafia. And we're going to have to see where they go from here. Still have to watch that, like I said. But, I don't know. John Cena versus Mark Henry, if this match would have happened a couple weeks ago, right after Mark Henry did his fake retirement, I think people would have cared about it more. But the more time that was in between, more people realized that they just don't care about Mark Henry. The whole, thing from this match was built around that whole thing that was built up on Monday was, can Cena pick up Henry? And they kept on doing this test of strength, basically, where Cena would try to pick him up, and couldn't get him up. Henry took off the damn turnbuckles, an 80s move that you don't honestly see all that often. I always mark out for. That led to Cena hitting in the STF in the middle of the ring, making Henry tap out. nothing after the match. Match just ended. I think everybody will part their separate ways. John Cena will get a new opponent for the next pay-per-view, and we'll have to see who it is. I think a lot of rumors have been leading towards Daniel Bryan, but Daniel Bryan didn't get it done in the main event. Surprise, surprise, Randy Orton stepped up and became Randy Orton once again, and they, I guess they're giving him his pushback. I guess he hasn't really been pushed in 2 years. Whenever that last suspension was, I mean, I can't... When was the last time Randy Orton, honestly, was really that hot? He's... this whole time that they've been flirting with it since Mania time, I thought that he would become sort of like the #1 contender. If he turned on everybody at WrestleMania, turned on Big Show and Sheamus, and that never happened. But he's always just sort of been there for the last while. I can't remember the last time he mattered at all. RVD was RVD in this match. Story of this match, honestly, came out with Paul Heyman. Everybody knows that Paul Heyman wasn't on CM Punk's team, but now CM Punk knows that Paul Heyman's not on his team, with Heyman cracking him over the head with the ladder, and basically, Punk just blood everywhere with the Crimson Mask. It was just, it was all like Donkey Kong. Now we're going to see... People have been saying about this is that it's supposed to be Punk versus Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, but you would think that, Axel is the one who got involved in this match. Are they just going to blow off Punk versus Axel as a Monday Night Raw match? But if you do that, how are you making, Curtis Axel a member of this team that you really care about? If Punk's just going to beat him on an edition of Monday Night Raw, at least beat him on pay-per-view, but then that's going to push back fucking Brock until Night of Champions if they just do a one-off. Axel joined this group, I thought, to become the man, and Axel now is, becoming the Kurt Hawkins or Zack Ryder of this group. Just I don't know, that's not even a good thing, at least makes it not good. He's just like the fucking Darren Young of Nexus. He's just the guy that's there to get beat, because somebody has to get beat every once in a while. The Vincent of the NWO, or the Big Bubba Rogers, Vincent Wall Street of the NWO, because you got to lose the matches on WCW or Saturday night, and the big stars ain't showing up to lose on those shows. It's just weird to me that they're gonna treat him like that. If Punk's gonna start going through these guys that are Paul Heyman guys. I was also really surprised that they didn't use Paul Heyman with RVD, but I guess he's just going to be a straight-out babyface. On his own, I would have sort of put him into that family of guys and seen what they can do. Where they go from here, I'm not really not sure. If Orton's going to be a guy who's going to be sneaking around like a viper with his briefcase, or if he's just going to straight-out pull a RVD and say, I think I'm better than you, Cena, and I'm going to fight you at SummerSlam, and we'll see who the better guy is. If it'd be like John Cena and wasted on an edition of Monday Night Raw. They don't have a big edition of Raw coming up in the next month. All Raws are 3 hours now, so you don't really have anything special. Was it Raw 1000 when they started doing this 3-hour shit? I remember it was a big Raw when they did it for the first time. Maybe it was one of the anniversaries. Maybe it's been going on longer than I thought it had. But, shit. Who knows? They'll figure it out. I know I don't have it figured out. What's RVD going to do at SummerSlam? What's Daniel Bryan going to do at SummerSlam? Christian, you're going back to the mid-card. Punk, you're going to fight somebody from what's his name? Paul Heyman's family. Sheamus. Who knows what the fuck's going on with you? But we'll have to see. Monday Night Raw tomorrow night's going to be a fun one. It kicks off my weekend early because I have to do some manager shifts this late weekend. So we'll figure it out. Everybody have fun. Peace out.